Hi there. Yeah, it's a brand new day, another episode on the way, the Marshal Kramer Show. Let's go. Y'all did something right. Y'all so damn tight, Thank y'all for joining me tonight. Alright. Comedy, philosophy, psychology. I just don't know. Sit back and just enjoy the show.
That is the new intro to the Marshal Kramer Show. I like them apples. I don't know, man. Just having fun. Just trying to vibe a little bit. Just trying to make, my day and people who decide to choose to join me upon my journey make their days a little bit better too. The Marshal Kramer Show, the most serious, silly show in the world. And, that's a silly note we're knocking off right there. And now let's kind of get into a serious note. As you see, I am the answer genie, and I am the answer king. I have answers for anything that you possibly could imagine. This is the thing that I'm confused about, guys. You guys don't come to me for answers enough. Like, do you guys not understand that I am literally the smartest man on the planet? I know everything about everything. So, I actually kind of feel a little hurt and honestly disrespected by you guys not coming to me more. So, do that. Anyway, let's get this episode kicked off. I woke up today in a bad mood. I don't know what it was. I don't know, maybe a dream or something. But then I did the damn mistake of starting my day not how I usually do. I start my day like with my mom, with my dogs, or with a book. Nothing online. But I started today with Instagram and then YouTube, and then somebody responded to a discussion board within my class, not in a favorable way. Didn't like it at all. Kind of took it personal, and it just sparked my day really bad. But then something switched to me. I talked to my mom about it, and she said, "Why are you taking it defensive?" And she's like, "You're really emotional right now. Like, you're really hostile." And I just calmed down. I'm like, "Oh my God, it's gonna be a great day." Like, I don't know. There's not really a lot of shit you need to like worry about all the time. But one thing I was gonna talk about today, and I hope you guys know that was a bit. I'm not your answer genie, even though I'm dressed up like a dope ass genie today. But no, I was like, what was I thinking about? Oh, I was thinking about like the savior complex. Not the savior complex, because that's someone who thinks or the messiah complex. That's someone who thinks they're a savior or messiah. But it's kind of the reverse of that, and how like we often just try to look for a savior or a messiah or someone that's going to help us out, instead of looking ourselves in the mirror and realizing what I believe in, and that it's you. You are your savior. You are your professional. You are your helper of all helpees. You are the one who can do it all for yourself. And, is there a possibility? I believe there's a possibility that other people can help you. Duh, it's a real thing. But I believe that every if you want to help yourself, it all starts with you, right? The first step in solving a problem is realizing there is one. So I think that's kind of on you. God, am I fucking hot, dude. I'm sweating like a mother. I run so hot. I know you guys know that. I get pit stains like a mofo. Not right now, but usually I do. But yeah, your savior. Let's get back to that. And kind of ties into the discussion I had in class, basically, why do we always look? I don't know this. Why do we always look for self-help books? Why do we always look for trainers? Why do we always look for, doctors? Why do we always look for, financial aid? Like, why do we always look for other people coming to save us? Or sadness. If we're sad and depressed, why do we look for, I can't wait till my boyfriend's here. Can't wait till my girlfriend's here. Can't wait till I can do this or that. Or can't wait till, we're always looking for other people to save us. And I think that's completely wrong. Other people maybe can save us. Like, I don't know the answer to that. But for me, and why I always look internal, is that no matter what, I know I can always help myself, right? So if I'm feeling bad, no one gives a shit about my sadness. That's why I get so defensive about it and say, like, nobody cares about your fucking pity, because no one cared about my pity. And it took years of me just moping around like a motherfucker, just, I'm so sad. Everybody hates me. Nobody hates you, Marsh. Nobody hates you. I don't know why you're sad. You're sad because you chose so, Marsh. You literally just walk around all day, acting all sad because and it's just because I was so emotional. I was so self-interested, right? I was so self-centered, and like if I wasn't getting texts from people, I thought people were hating me. What? That's such a big head egotistical thing to think, but I think we all think that way. Like, nobody's reaching out to me. Nobody's saying hi. Like, dude, everyone's got so much other things to worry about, Marsh. Why are you taking that personal? And why are you leaving all of your happiness in the hands of an external thing, right? Why are you only happy if other people are praising you, or other people are saying hi to you, or other people are, wanting to be in your life? I had Dawson Pittman on recently. I think this episode's going to air before that. But he talked about how, and I believe this too. I think I said it a million times, but he talked about it too. It's how you have to be your own best friend. And it's like an amazing thing that happens when you feel that way. And I don't mean it like, oh, you're my best friend. No. You have to really feel it. It's like there's a difference between knowing something. There's a difference between really knowing something and then really feeling it, like the Spirit of the Lord. My friend told me that before. I like that. Somebody says they like the Spirit of the Lord. There's something different between knowing it and then feeling it, right? So maybe now you know, or maybe someone else has told you before too, because I'm not the smartest guy in the world. But you need to love yourself. Everything needs to come in with internal motivation, internal rewards, internal love, internal, support, all that different stuff. It needs to come from within. And, going back to Dawson, he was talking about that. He's like, you really need to be your own best friend. He's like, you need to be the one who supports you, who cheers you on, and you're happy for doing everything for yourself. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get bigger, trying to get jacked, extra deep. He's like, but like, I don't do that for anybody else. And I was like, same here now. I used to make videos for everybody, and like, I'm trying to build a deeper community, and I like that other people find things from that, because we both talked about how Dawson and I both get, we feel good when other people feel good from watching our stuff. And on a personality level, me and Dawson are both performers. We're both, we don't need to be the center of attention. However, we do like it. I do like it. I will not lie. And I do prefer to be the center of attention. Again, I will not lie. But I don't need to be. If you go to, you will never come to my family events. But if you're at my family events, I'm never the center of attention, because I love those guys. I know those guys really well. And I don't need to, impress them or XYZ, but I love when everybody's asking me questions. Who doesn't like getting attention from people? But, so we're both performers on that level. So yeah, we feel really good when, we post a funny video that we enjoyed, that a video that we enjoyed, or a post that we enjoyed, but then vicariously other people get things from that too, right? That's a great thing. Doing something for yourself, but it's actually helping out other people, right? I think I've talked about it a million times before, that I truly believe that motivation and reward is all selfish. I don't believe you will volunteer if you don't find pleasure in it, right? If volunteering is miserable to you, which I don't know who loves it, who thinks it's miserable. I think a lot of people enjoy it, because if you feel good about yourself, helping other people, but that's what it is. It's to allow yourself to feel good and allow yourself to feel better about yourself. That's how I truly think. And let me go on that note. Let me tangent off that note quick. I don't know why I need to keep prefacing this on everything, but like, because people are so sensitive. We're all sensitive. I'm sensitive, but people are so sensitive. Like, I am never telling you how to think. I don't know when I've ever said that. I don't know when I've ever said this is the way. And if I have, I apologize, and this is my final blanket statement to ever talk about it again. My bad. I'm sorry. This is how I think. These are the things that I believe, and why I'm saying it. Why do I podcast? One, I love podcasting. I don't care if this gets 0 views. I have fun doing this. This is my verbal diary, and I get a lot away from this, right? I literally need nothing. I don't give a shit. I would like to have a future where I don't have to do anything else but make videos and make content in order to make money, but I don't need, millions of dollars. I don't even need 6-figure salary. Just give me a nice, whatever I can do to pay my bills, I'm doing it. I'll make videos for y'all left and right if I can just pay my fucking bills off it. But what I'm doing is I'm telling you my opinion and the way I believe, not to tell you that's how you to think. One, it's to open up a conversation, a discussion, and two is to tell you that it's okay to think differently. It's okay to think about things, guys. It's okay your mom and dad think this way. It's okay that you think a different way. It's completely okay. Thoughts are completely normal. And I'm just trying to, break down that there is a stigma. There's a stigma about talking about taboo topics. Don't be afraid about talking about that. That's what I want. I want you to disagree. As much as I hated waking up this morning, checking my discussion board in class and seeing that this guy disagreed with me. He strongly disagreed with me on the way I was thinking. It bothered me in the short term. However, in the long term, I actually loved it. And it only bothered me in the short term because I know I don't do this often, but I did attach myself to my post, and I felt that he was attacking my post. I felt that he was attacking me. However, he was not, and I needed to calm down or XYZ. And so I do like when people disagree because one, it shows that I don't know shit, guys. I don't know shit. I tell you, we're all morons. I'm a moron. I'm the biggest moron. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just think that anecdotes have merit to it, and how other people think about things has merit to it. And I'm not telling you facts. I'm just telling you how I think, because maybe it can help you. Maybe you can connect to it, or maybe you have a different spin on it that can help me further my analysis. That was the second thing, is that it helps me further my argument. By seeing the other people's side, it actually helps me further my argument, or, it might change my perspective, but it helps me definitely have a deeper grasp overall upon whatever subject we're talking about, right? So, I'm not left or right, but if you were on the right, if I were on the right, I would love to hear what the left had to say, because it further would make me understand in politics in general. I don't like politics. I don't like social politics. I'm going to stop talking about those, because I've just been so caught up in academia, and they've been making me academia tries to make me feel bad. I don't know. Just that maybe it's the people that I am around in the classes that I'm in, but God, they're trying to just make me feel bad. Like you don't deserve to, I don't know. White privilege is what they try to push on me, and I'm not even saying anything. And they're not saying Marshall, white privilege. It's just all the people, half the class thinks this way, half the class thinks this way, and we're getting into really heated conversations. I'm like, this is not what I like to do. Heated conversations drain the fuck out of me. I don't want to argue with people. We can talk. I am down to talk, but I do not want to argue at all. Arguing sucks. So yeah, I don't know exactly where I was on that, but yeah, I think that I love when so if you disagree with me, tell me you disagree with me. And then, if you think of a different way, not even just disagreeing, like, oh my God, I like how you said that. And I think even further, Marshall, I think this, so Instagram, Marshal Kramer, everything else, Marshal Kramer, and then comment on YouTube. Hit me up, bro. I love to talk about things. I love to, hear the other side on things. Shoot. I can't remember what day it was. Yeah, but what day it was? Oh, I think it was with Dawson too. But the other topic I want to talk about was, my mother actually made this topic come to fruition for me. She kind of brought it to light, and then I kind of took my own spin on it, and I decided, oh my God, she kind of has a lot of merit to that. I'm like, you know what the real epidemic in this country is? You know what the real epidemic? It's not diabetes and obesity, and it's not COVID-19 going on right now. It's the idea, this fallacy that we have in our brain that we need to be happy all the time. You do not need to be happy all the time. I hate TikTokers making songs, but sometimes I don't want to be happy. Don't hold it against me. I think they go a little bit too deep, and they're always sad boy. I don't like that shit, but if you wake up like I did today, it's okay to not be happy. I woke up at 7. I was not feeling okay. I was angry and upset till about 11 a.m. So for 4 hours, I was pretty upset. There was no caffeine. There was no booze. There was no sex. There was no weed. There was none of these foreign external, drugs or anything. There's none of these external motivations and rewards to calm me down. I just was like, okay, there's a reason. There's something going on. And first off, who cares? Let's just sit in this. So I just started editing videos. I did my workout, XYZ. I had to drag through all of that. But what it did was it made me really happy. I'm in a really good mood now, and I think I'm only in a really good mood because I'm sober, and it's the fact that I was able to sit in it. I didn't mask it at all. I was able to sit in the shittiness, and the shittiness I learned from, right? Because here's what really happened, right? So he responded in my discussion. It's in a sociology class, and it was about looking at health and illness at a micro lens. And he responded, he's like, that's how he started the fucking post. That's what made me mad. He started his response with, motherfucker. Like, who the hell do you think you are? I was, it lit me up. Just, I see what you're trying to say here, but I disagree, XYZ. He's like, and it was micro level analysis upon health and illness within society. What can an individual do to better their health and wellness in this world? And then he literally was like, you talked a lot about the individual, but you don't think about how people who already have health and illnesses and disease, they already have it, and there's social constructs that are already broken down that make it even more difficult for them to, live the life they have. It might even make their disease or illness worse because of how social constructs are created. I was like, you're absolutely right on that, but dumbass, this discussion was about micro level analysis. You're going right back to the macro. So I took that offensively. I'm like, you're a dumbass. You literally just are not. Maybe he was just trying to have a conversation and get some points, and I'm just this jackass taking everything so offensive. And he was just trying to, add a little argument so when the teacher comes and looks, like, oh yeah, that's detailed. He's in depth. A+ for him. So here I am just attacking this guy like, fuck you for fucking me, But anyway, he literally brought it right back to the macro lens. And then he talked about how, I love how you said, stop looking for self-help books and self-help XYZ. Look for yourself and look for people around you, bro. Your friends, average folk, their anecdotes have merit to it. And upon trial and error, by listening to their anecdotes, taking it in, right? Your mother, your father, your friend, they tell you how they remedy sadness, right? It may not be the correct way, but if you listen to your mother, father, your best friend, and your grandma, that's 4 people, and then you trial and error all 4 of the ways that they cope and remedy their sadness, and you try for yourself, you'll figure out what works for you. And he's like, you said, check in with your social circle, but some people don't have doctors and trainers to better their health in their social circle. I was like, when the fuck did I say doctors and trainers? When the fuck did I say doctors and trainers? I didn't say that. I said fuck doctors and trainers. Not all y'all. But I really hate the self-help industry. I really do, because not because self-help is cliche to me. I believe that's how it works. But I believe that the bullshit books, I believe they're all cliche and a bunch of bullshit. They're guys just looking to make $1 million off you. And I think also it's our fault for giving them the money. They wouldn't make $1 million if we didn't buy the fucking book. So stop buying the book, stop buying the bullshit programs, right? There is no universal fix. So these people kind of talk blanket, right? The dumbasses do at least. They talk universal and they talk blanket. They're like, you're sad? This will help. Oh, you don't know that, Johnny Jackson. You don't know that because you live in Texas and you make 6 figures a year. You don't know what Brandon living in rural Minnesota making $20,000 a year. You don't know how his life works. Your ancestors are from South America. His ancestors are from Ireland. 2 totally different ways the body is made. There is no such thing as universal or blanket statements and universal and blanket fixes. So what I'm saying is stop buying the books that say it is such, that try and say it as such. They don't directly say it, but they really just, try and make it seem really easy and really simple and really cliche. But life is not easy, simple, or cliche. Maybe it's cliche. I talked about that before, how, because cliche is a word, vice, or phrase that is overused. And maybe it's overused because it actually is true and actually has merit to it. So maybe XYZ, but I just hate the self-help industry. And what I was saying was, look from within your social circle. Ask your friends. Ask your friend who's a mechanic. I'm sure you said that. That's really rude. Mechanics, that doesn't mean they're dumb. That's actually very insensitive. Not even that. Ask anybody, man. From I hate labeling professions, but from a doctor and a lawyer to the janitor, ask them, because everybody lives life lives life in their own way and has the pretty much the same common core struggles: loving yourself, feeling full and happy, feeling fulfilled, feeling purposeful, meaningful, all those different things. We all struggle with those. So whether you're a doctor, lawyer, janitor, football player, teacher, XYZ, you all have anecdotes that can help. So that's all I was saying in my discussion was, ask your friends. And again, maybe he was just trying to get an A by going in depth, but I felt like he was attacking me, so I got a little defensive. And my first post was very defensive, and then literally I was just extremely upset. I went upstairs, explained to my mom the situation. My mom's like, well, you're not wrong in your thought, but maybe you just try to understand his point of view, and not maybe. She's like, you are being really emotional, really defensive. And I immediately went downstairs, made a second post. I'm like, oh my God, my apologies, my friend. I've already had a hell of a morning. I woke up in a bad mood. I really understand your side. I'm trying to see your side, and I apologize for acting hostile and defensive. That's completely on me. It was inappropriate and my bad. And this is for the whole class to see. So man up to your mistakes too, bro. I was in the wrong. His post was wrong. In terms of like information. He didn't know what he was fucking talking about. We were looking at micro level analysis, and he went back to macro. He's wrong. However, you know, in terms of like tone and appropriateness, I was wrong. I snapped, and I was really defensive. I did like a million question marks too. I was like, so the point of this discussion was to do micro level analysis. So I don't know why I would talk about social constructs, somebody's wage, then the micro level analysis of health and illness. So I don't know why I would talk about living conditions, rent, financial sector, and, you know, social construct when we're trying to look at macro level analysis. And I went question mark, 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 question mark. And I did that another time too. Like a jackass. I can be such a fucking jackass sometimes, man, but own up to your goddamn mistakes. I love that. You know, I respect myself for doing that. And like I said, that was the change of the day. I was done with my workouts, done with everything. And literally by switching that and posting that, I felt so bad. And to me, that further shows how strong the subconscious was. Because when I post that first one, that mean one, when I was a little hostile, I didn't consciously think about how that was making me feel bad, but for the next hours, like I said, I felt fucking horrible. And maybe it was because I was subconsciously knowing that he's going to respond and it's not going to be favorable, it's not going to be fun, and we're going to continue this debate and argument, which drains the shit out of my energy. So the second that I pressed send or post on whatever it was, on that second post, and I was apologizing, literally a smile came to my face. I was like, oh my God. Oh, it was me. I was the problem. Going back to being your savior. I was mad that morning because it was on me, brother. I was the one who was mad, and I started doing things that I normally don't do, and that's my fault. I have to be the one to look in the mirror. And let's continue to talk about that, because that was in the post too. He's like, you talk about how people, you know, can help themselves and save themselves, but, you know, let's talk about the poor. He's like, poor people aren't worried about getting healthier. They're worried about rent, their children's meal, and like XYZ. And I'm like, dude, you're absolutely right. Again, that's looking at that's kind of coming back in the micro lens because it's looking at the individual, but we're talking about health and illness. So get out of the rent. Stop talking about the rent and their job. That's not what this class is about. There's a lot of other sociology classes that talk about that, but this is the sociology of health and illness. So I was talking about that. I'm like, you know, I 100% believe that it's harder in this country for people of color. Absolutely. And like, it's not even just a belief, it's a fact, but some people think it's still up for debate. It's not up to debate. It's harder for them to do things in this world. I believe that. I believe that. And for women too. I believe it's tougher for women than it is for a man. I absolutely believe that. It sucks that both those two things exist still. It absolutely sucks. But here's my thing. This is what I was saying to the guy was, fuck the savior. Fuck somebody coming to help you. I believe decades ago, blacks should have had the, you know, and women too should have had the rights that I do as a white male. Oh my God, I think it's absolutely sickening. But for me, what I'm trying to say to that average individual is, fuck trying to wait for them. Then fuck it. Fuck trying to wait for us to fix that for you. You can be your savior, right? I really do think that you can make your day to day better, whatever that can be. And maybe it's just a fucking mind switch. Be like, you know what? This is bullshit, and this is bullshit. You may say this to yourself. This is bullshit. This is bullshit that I'm a black male, and this world, this country, makes it harder for me to do things. I'm with you, guy. I'm with you. But you say, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them. You know what? I'm not going to sit around and debate this anymore. I'm going to go out and make my life the best that I can. You literally just like, again, I always say, let's just put our nature out there, right? Like for me, I'm an attention whore. I'm an attention seeker. I'm the middle child. I have middle child syndrome, MCS, right? And I feel like I need attention from everybody. I will do, you know, I won't do anything because I remedy that. I won't do anything. I'm not like those crazy sick people who literally would do anything for attention. Pornhub, OnlyFans, XYZ, you're doing anything for attention and your wallet. That's just crazy, I think. But you know, that's my nature. I am an attention whore. That is my nature. So I go, what am I going to do? I just want somebody to come and save Marshall. Why can't somebody just make me not need attention anymore? I won't say that. I used to say that. I said that for 2 fucking years, 3 fucking years, 4 years. I said that for 22 years. Honestly, I said it for 22 years. And now I'm like, oh, nobody's going to come and save me. And I understand. I'm talking about being an attention whore. You're talking about being suppressed because of the color of your skin. I'm with you, man. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And maybe I'm not doing enough. You know, I've heard that too. It's like you can be not racist and then be an anti-racist, right? So I think I'm an anti-racist, but my actions don't show that. I'm not a racist, right? I never disgrace someone. I see color. We all see fucking color. I hate that. I don't even see color, brother. Yeah, you do. Or not everyone does. I guess you have, some people have color blindness, but yeah, you see color. You know when there's a black guy, there's a black guy. You know there's an Asian guy, there's Asian guy. You know there's a white guy, there's a white guy, right? Color's real. But it doesn't mean anything to me, man. Like, I hate to use the old cliche line, but like, one of my best friends here is a African American, and down in San Diego, the guys I hung out with the most were Asians. I love my guys, man. Preston, Nathan, Jamesy, little Jamesy. I love those guys. Other people like that. I had a few gym buddies that were Asians, and I had a lot of Hispanics too. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me. I can't believe I know that, oh, those are my friends. It's just like, I loved San Diego because I loved the diversity. San Diego State is like one of the most diverse schools in the States. So I thought that was really cool. I just love the diversity because I love people. I love people, and I love hearing about different things. Preston was one of my best friends, and he's Chinese. And actually, when I went back and visited them my junior year, so 2 years after, or a year and a half after I left, I actually stayed with him and his family. His family's from Hong Kong. His grandparents are there. They speak no English at all. And I loved it. I love to learn about culture. I was actually there in October time, and they had this thing called Autumn Festival, and they brought their friends over, and I had like I didn't have no Lian Chins, or I didn't have no China Dragon. No. I had authentic Chinese cuisine, and I got to learn about their history, and I fucking loved it. I thought it was so cool, and doing things selfishly, I actually got a pat on the back at the end of it because from them. They're like, wow, you were really eating a lot of foods. Like, they were surprised by the foods I was trying. I'm like, I don't look at your food and be like, oh, that's nasty. They had a duck right away when I woke up in the morning. There was a motherfucking duck right in the goddamn sink. I'm like, all right, we're having duck tonight. Duck is nice. I thought it was good. There was only one thing that they had for me there, and I did not like. And to be fair, Preston, his sister, and his little brother did not like it either. It's like this really like not wasabi, but it's like this really tangy like bean type thing. It was like, like I don't know what I can't remember what it is. I should ask him that. But like, I didn't like that. It was like really like not just sour. It's just like really, really tangy. They didn't like it either. So, but everything else I tried, I ate a bunch of not goat. I ate a bunch of goat's good too. Sheep's good too. I ate a bunch of duck. And I can't remember a bunch of the other stuff. They had some shrimp. Oh, they had some really good. They had some really good shrimp. I just ate it with its tail and all, and like covering it and all, man. Oh my god, that was good. But yeah, I love learning about culture. I love the different stuff. So I know the tangent I'm getting off here is like, I just believe. I want you to, because you know what? I hope change is coming. God damn it! But if you know anything about history, right? History can teach us and make us feel better, because I don't think it's coming. And maybe it is. I don't think it's coming. It should have came 40 fucking years ago. Shouldn't it have more women's rights and more rights for people of color? It should. So what I truly believe is, fuck us. Fuck trying to wait for us, buddy. Do it for yourself. Whatever you got to do, take an individual perspective, whatever. I know a bunch of people that do really well, and I think it's just like, I kind of think it's that thing about taking individual responsibility. It absolutely sucks. It also sucks that innately, in nature, all humans, we think negative. We think the negative. We know this. Psychologists and neuroscientists and everybody, y'all know this. The negatives are easier. Our brain's negative tripwires are so much more sensitive than our positive ones. We know that when, we post a post and 100 comments are amazing, positive, we love you, you're so great, but that one little negative one, you look stupid, you dumbass, that one little negative one sits with us like a motherfucker. Oh, it sits with us so hard, right? So we know that. That's our nature. I'm not gonna sit around and wait for a pill to come out or a whole rewiring. We're like, hey, we can change your wires in your brain from here to here. We can connect A to C instead of A to B, and you'll be happy forever. First off, fuck that. I love the misery of living, because the misery of life, right? The lows to me make the highs worth it. It makes the highs, puts the highs in perspective. XYZ. I absolutely love that shit. That's my thing. I just believe that, you should look and just take it on. Oh my God, you should just take all of that stuff on and head on by yourself, because, the nature of the world exists, whether it's in the brain, whether it's in social constructs or XYZ. And yes, maybe the brain will change. Maybe the brain will be more positive in 150 years, whatever, 50 years, I don't know, 10 years, who cares? But I'm not sitting around waiting for it. And that's when I always talk about, individual perspectives and helping yourself and being internal, I understand maybe it can come off a little irreverent. I get it. I understand it can be a little irreverent. But I'm trying to get better at that. I'm only trying to help people help themselves, right? Because that's what I did. I literally I am a miserable person innately. I just think depressed wise, I'm like, oh, nobody loves me, no blah 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 blah. Right? That's my nature. And then attention seeking. And maybe my attention seeking comes from the fact that, innately I just don't love myself or just don't care enough about myself, right? So what am I gonna do? Sit around and wait for someone to help me? I did that, like I said, for 21 fucking years, 22 years. Nobody came to save me. But here's my final thing here. The amazing, like I said with Dawson, when he talked about, being your best friend, there is just, and I think it's the law of attraction and somehow the universe works. But for some reason, when you decide to become your best friend, when you decide to become your Messiah, your own Savior and Messiah, right? Your own helper of all helps, right? When you decide that, for some reason, all the things you wanted in the past, two things happen to them. One, you realize there's some things you really didn't want, you just didn't need. Or two, they all come to light. They all come to fruition. And what I think is that, in order to solve a problem, you have to first realize there is one. You'll never get to solving a problem until you realize there is one. So in this sense, you'll never get a Savior or Messiah until you realize that you can be your own. The analogy I used with this law of attraction with Dawson was this. You stare at the clock. You stare at the clock. You want something so bad. How slow does that fucking clock move? That clock moves so slow. You want a girlfriend, and you just want a girlfriend. You want a girlfriend. You want a girlfriend. Or you want to be happy. You want to be happy. You want to be happy. How slow does that come? Oh, it's excruciating. It comes so slow. Time moves so slow. Now, there's the clock. You turn your head in that direction. You don't even see the clock. You don't worry about the clock. You are just doing in action, doing. Now, that clock time just flies by. You want a girlfriend, but you put that in the back burner. You're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to be my own best friend. I may never get a girlfriend. I may never be married my entire life. I believe there's such a miracle by literally not just knowing that, but feeling that. Me and Dawson are coming to the light where I really feel that. This is me. I have not texted. I know a lot of girls, but I have not texted or been in a thing in 2 fucking years because I don't need that right now, And I know that when I meet some girl, oh my God, it's going to be like this magical little thing. It's because I am my best friend. I don't need you, girl. Like none of this confidence thing and this push-pull, like I'm going to act all tough or playing hard to get. No, this is not playing hard to get. This is hard to get. I'm hard to get. You're not going to get me because I love myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to deal with average people's bullshit, just in order to have a relationship. We're always in a mood, fuck around like a brand new. That song goes, we play games of love to avoid the depression. I'm not playing love to avoid the depression, baby. There are a few people out there. There may be 1,000 or 10,000 the ones for me, but I'm only going to fuck with them. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, this girl, we have 60% things in common, but like the other 20, she kind of does a lot of frivolous bullshit that I really hate. I'm not putting up with that. I'm not going to do that. And it's not that that girl should change. Nobody should change for me because I ain't changing for nobody. It's simply the fact that I love myself and I'm okay with continuing being single and alone because alone is not lonely. I love myself. Me and Marsh, we're best friends. We're tight as fuck. I love Marsh. I hope y'all like Marsh. Marsh is the man. He's a little loud sometimes. He's a little crazy. There's parts of Marsh that I don't like. I was telling that to Dawson. You think you get annoyed by me talking fast? You think you get annoyed by me, just being loud and ramble? Try living with this motherfucker. Try living with this guy because he drives me insane sometimes. So I totally understand where you could possibly come from and be like, ooh, you guys are a little off. But yeah, I really do have to believe that, and it's not that, Marshall and Marsh are two separate people, but they kind of are, right? There's different parts of you. I don't believe in, multi-personalities. I guess it's a sickness. It's not real, right? If they believe that there's people in their head, they're mentally ill. That's 100%, schizophrenia, multiple personality disorder, stuff like that. But yeah, there's, I really believe that. And Dawson talked about it too the other day, and I will release that podcast soon where he talks about that. I love that guy. That guy's a great fucking dude. You guys should follow him. Dawson _Andrew _Pittman. on Instagram. Guy's super dope. And then maybe you can find a Snapchat from there, because Snapchat is where he does all his stuff. He will post, 5 minutes of Snapchats a day, and it's him just talking about his life. Some days he's doing good, some days he's doing bad, and he's honest and upfront, and I respect that and believe there's a lot of good things that come from that. And he's helped a lot of people in this world by talking like that too. But yeah, loving yourself, being your own helper, being your own best friend, everything like that will come from you. Stop watching the clock, and you will be amazed, in my opinion, by how fast the clock goes by when you stop watching the fucking clock. If you want a great job, if you want success, if you want, a big house, a big car, stop. Those are the clocks. Stop watching the clock. Put some action in your life, and I promise you, I believe that clock will fly by. I don't have a scene today. Let's interrupt that. I don't have a scene that I'm going to do, but I'm actually going to post a minute clip that I have on my Marsh channel. It's a 911 comedy skit. And you guys can hear that right about now.
"911, what's your emergency?"
Man, I got my girlfriend here, and she's been beat up real bad by an armadillo.
"Okay, sir, okay, calm down. Is she still breathing? Is she still conscious?
Conscious?
Is she still awake?"
Yeah, she's awake, yeah, baby,
Okay, calm down.
Baby, you won't be good, baby, just sit down now, girl, oh my God.
I will get a unit on it right away. Can I have your address?
Yeah, it's 1644 Eucalyptus Street.
1644. Can you spell the street name for me?
Spell it, I'm just gonna drag her on over to Oak Street, and y'all just gonna have to pick her up there. O-A-K Street.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is actually on the Marsh channel. And I also hope you guys enjoyed the Marshal Kramer show today, the most serious silly show in the world. Yeah. I am your answer genie. I am your love genie. I am your love bug. And I will give you a hug. I'm gonna be back next time. I don't know, monologue, dialogue, I don't know. I hope you are going to put some action in your life. You're gonna stop staring at the fucking clock. You're gonna get what you want, and I hope you're going to decide to stop waiting for someone to come and help you on whatever that is. Finding love for yourself, loving yourself, finding happiness for yourself, meaning, fulfillment, anything. I think it's you. You can find it within yourself. Listen to people like myself who talk honest about themselves. Listen to people like Dawson Pittman who talk honest about themselves, your mother, your father, your friends, because normal folk anecdote has merit to it. There's tips and tricks that you can learn from anybody. Trial and error every single day. Like I said, stop staring at the clock, put some action, do trial and error, figure out what works for you. And honestly, baby, I think you'll be flying and you'll be on your way to a better life. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Marshal Kramer Show, and I really appreciate you guys coming in and, giving me the attention that I need. And until next time, scoot boot, cheedle doot.